What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle in the realm of indie games. Today at the Nerd Castle, we're going to be checking out Survive the Blackout, a side-scrolling sort of adventure survival party-based game where you try to make it through the apocalypse without getting horribly beat to death with a pipe. Yes, that is ultimately one of the worst things that can happen to you, beat to death with plumbing. But we're going to try to avoid that fate today, so let's start off and play, shall we? We didn't expect this. We couldn't. 3 months ago, all the electrical devices overcharged in a strange flash. People called it the blackout. In accidents and disasters that followed the catastrophe, 1/3 of the population died. The government was silent and anarchy ruled the streets. There was no safe place to hide. Did you try a refrigerator over by the side of the road? That's what I would try, but not if it was one of the old ones that latches from the outside, because then you suffocate inside of there. Then the light appeared, a glimpse of hope in the dark. It was either stay or die trying to reach it. We had more luck than others. The doctor knew the way to the light. There was still hope, he said, as he took care of us. We were anxious before hitting the road and full of fear. The only thing that kept spirits up was our leader's strong presence. But then we found him in the morning. How can we reach the light now? Apparently, he done opted out. We gotta pick our character. We've got a mysterious woman with a sharp tongue. She's pretty badass looking, too. Her name is Sarah. We've got Anne, who is alone in this world. She's not possible right now, so we're just gonna skip over her. We've got Boris, who left Ukraine to find a job and a better life. He thought that the hardest time was past him, but during the blackout, he lost his family. Now he doesn't let anybody close to him get hurt. He will save them at all costs. Then we also have Alex, who is a skilled mechanic. He's too young, you say. Well, he has what it takes for the job and more. This boy knows his way around all kinds of technical stuff, not only cars. Well, I'm going with her because she's the coolest looking. All right, she looks the dopest. Therefore, she will be the one that leads our party. She is selected. Let it be so. She's got the leather jacket on and everything. She's got the helmet. She's got that devil-may-care hair just kind of flowing in the breeze. Yesterday, the doctor set a goal for us, to get to Frank, his old friend, and get some supplies for the remaining road. And now we found him like this. Why did he do that? Let's go ahead and bury the body, I guess. The burial took some time, and the soil wasn't easily moved, but fortunately, at least you found a rusty shovel. In the end, you stood in silence to honor the doctor, your heads full of dark thoughts. Let's go ahead and inspire the team and calm them down. To calm everyone down, you focused on the goal of fulfilling the doctor's last wish, to get to the light. You'd hoped for a safe haven there, and it wasn't the time to give up. Surely it would lighten the mood. Okay. Well, you gotta be tough after the blackout. With a heavy heart, we came back to the abandoned house. The doctor's backpack stood out, painfully reminding us that he's gone. Those were the last moments before the road. Let's go ahead and search the house. So we've got areas that we can go through. We've got this spot right here. We found nothing. Damn. We found some food. That's really, really good. Food's nice. We also found a leather jacket. Okay. We found nothing there. Found nothing there. And we found nothing there. Bit of a bummer. Kind of wish we had found more stuff. But at least we tried. Let's get moving. Walking on down the road. Smoke was slowly rising from a mansion before you. The last remnant of a fire that flickered below. What should we do? Let's go there. Why not? As you approached the source of the smoke, you saw that the main fire died out some time ago. The main part of the mansion and the front garden have been burnt down. Yeah, they suffered from the dangerous application of a dope mixtape. Let's look around. The buildings seem to be barely holding together, but maybe there was something useful still inside. And we can look around. As you go around the ground floor, with every step you hear the house creaking as if the foundation is barely standing after the fire. It's probably not safe to wander here. Let's go for a garden. In the garden, you see that some of the mansion walls have already collapsed. There wasn't anything you could look for here without risking your life. What is this? In one corner of the garden, you notice a short note. Leave the house as soon as you can. Bandits are taking revenge for defending our home. Okay. Well, at least there was a warning, I guess. I suppose we'll just move on. What else are we gonna do? While we passed the wreck of a truck, a woman jumped out of it and said, "Food now!" She looked desperate. Running away is not an option. Let's steal her gun. Boris jumped at the woman and took them by surprise. They started a struggle. Boris tried to take the gun, but she didn't give up. In the end, she jumped out and fled. She didn't shoot. Maybe she didn't want to hurt us after all. Yeah, let's go our own way. Nobody got hurt, so that's good. I mean, we did something very stupid and very dangerous, but, like, you gotta take chances, man. Some modern people, like, the fact that she, like, pointed the gun at us instead of just, like, shooting us makes me think that maybe she'll hesitate. Like, there's a slight hesitation there. Like, we might get shot. You have to accept that as a consequence. But, like, what if we had a gun? You know what I mean? Life would be easier if we had a gun. We've got some stuff over here that we can equip. So we've got a blanket and we've got a jacket. Decreases fatigue while walking. Oh, we'll put that on then. Yeah, dude. There you go. Lower your fatigue loss. Sounds good to me. Do you have anything? We got a blanket. What does the blanket do? Necessary for a good night's rest. It'll increase your stamina gain. Okay. Well, apparently we've got a blanket and a jacket for right now. Poor Boris, unfortunately, has no survival sundries. During the road, one of us remembered that close from here was a shop run by a friend. Or a shop that was run by a friend. Sorry, that comma was in a weird spot. With some luck, we could find the place or what's left of it. Yeah, let's go ahead and have her search for it. Sarah comes back with good news, everyone! She has found an old shop near the road that apparently wasn't looted. However, there was too much stuff left as some more people were around. Well, let's go ahead and grab what we can and bail. We took everything we could. When we left, we heard a cry. We didn't stop to check it out. At least we got the supplies, so that's good. We got some extra food and we got some mood boosters. The road continued through a thick forest. With relief, you hide in its shadows. Suddenly, you hear a gunshot. You duck, but it appears that the sound came from far away. What should we do? Sarah knows where the shots came from. Might as well. We were going through the dense forest, and suddenly we walked out into a tall grass area to find the hunter. He got caught in a bear trap and begged for help. His rifle was away from his reach. We don't have any medicine, unfortunately. With our help, he set himself free from the trap, but the bleeding was terrible. Fortunately, he had his own medkit and stopped it. He thanked us and walked away. He should have given us something. Aw, we couldn't, like, extort him? See, you gotta extort him while he's in the bear trap. We came across an obstacle. Our way is separated by a fast-flowing river, and the nearby bridge collapsed some time ago. What should we do? Let's go ahead and have Sarah scout. Sarah managed to find a shallow spot, and soon we were on the opposite side of the river. Nice! Sounds good to me. Keep on trucking, everybody. Energy's getting a little low, though. We were going next to an abandoned factory. The sign suggested that it was a brand of canned food. One of the warehouses was open, but on our way, there was a shut gate. What should we do? Let's go ahead and open it silently. The gate didn't even creak when Sarah silently opened it. We tiptoed to the warehouses, hoping for easy loot. Indeed, there were a lot of boxes with food inside. What should we do now? Let's go ahead and have a peek. We peeked inside. There was a bunch of armed people. Apparently the bandits made a base here in a trap to lure passersby and rob them. What now? Let's sneak back to the gate. As it looked like a trap, we decided to go back silently. Fortunately, we managed to flee unnoticed. For sure it was a trap to lure passersby. Yeah, if we were armed, we probably could have stood a chance, but that's life, I guess. We heard hushed shouting from a distant ruins. It sounded like somebody calling for help. Should we react? Yeah, let's go look. Moving fast, we headed towards the screams and into the ruins. After a while, we saw a pack of wolves attacking a frightened man. They ran away, scared by our sudden appearance. However, the man was badly wounded. Let's check him. He has several bites around his neck and shoulder. He will bleed out in moments. Alright, well, let's take his stuff. He didn't have much, but it still would be more useful to us than him. On our eyes, he bled out to death. Well, survival of the fittest now, baby. I don't think we actually got anything off of him. Walking down the road, we find a small town. As we approach, it seemed to be abandoned. Maybe we should check if there's anything left. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Why is this guy all steamy? Like, what's wrong with him? Like, why do people have mushrooms coming out of their ears? They're enraged? Oh, because I did, like, a bad thing? Because he's got, like, a heart of gold? I guess we're enraged right now. Seems to be the way life goes. It looks like it filled up their meters, though, when we took his stuff, so that's good. We didn't have to waste any food. Let's search it. We were searching through the third building when a woman came and said, "What do you want?" She was unarmed but visibly irritated. We could see movement in the windows. She's not alone. We thought the place was abandoned. She asked us to leave. The house used to be hers. She didn't want us to disturb the ghosts of the past or browse through her stuff. Okay. What about this place and the people? She gave a signal, and armed men walked out of some buildings to stand behind her. They were probably more hidden in the city. They wanted us to leave and wouldn't listen to anything. Alright, well, let's go, I guess. I suppose that's life. While we were moving down the road, we heard crying from the ditch. It's a woman crying and asking for help. What should we do? Let's help her out. The woman's leg is broken and she could barely move because of the pain. She fell here while she was looking for food for her little girl. She was lucky we heard her and came here. Well, let's take her to her daughter, I guess. We made her a makeshift stiffener. Then Boris took her in his arms and carried her to the daughter, hidden in old burnt ruins. The woman and her daughter thanked us with tears in their eyes. Alright. Well, let's hit the road. We gotta camp, though. Like, people are tired. We're in a small camp and finally have a moment of peace. What should we do? Let's go ahead and rest for a little bit, I guess. How long do you want to rest? Let's go for, I guess, a short nap. Yeah, it seems to have worked out okay. We'll use some resources real fast. We'll use some food. And then we'll use it on Boris, I guess. There we go. That got him filled back up a little bit. But we don't have a lot of food left over. Right now we've got mood boosters, no energy drinks, and we've just got, like, food. So if anybody wants to talk, we can do that. It is going to cost us, though, from the meters throbbing, from what I can tell. Let's just hit the road and stay moving until we're better secured on our resources. The road through a small town. From the side, there was thugs that approached us. They're unarmed, but they outnumbered us. They surrendered and then ordered us to give backpacks. I guess we'll pick a fight with a bigger group. I don't know. We attacked the stronger group, but then the rest of them went behind our backs. We had no chance. Kicked, beaten. We wondered if we'd make it alive. Finally, they left us alone. Yikes. Not good. Didn't seem to hurt us that badly, though. The day was very hot. We got off the road to walk in the shade of the forest, and after a while, we came across a dead deer. Flies were all over it, and it started to smell. Let's see if it's fresh enough to eat. It was shot by somebody and left behind a while ago. It's warm, so the rot set in pretty fast. The smell was nauseating, but bearable. Alright, well, we don't have a knife, so unfortunately we can't get in there. Even if the shooter failed to track the deer, they could still be in the area. Let's put some distance in between us and the unknown armed person. Alright. Well, that's life, I guess. From a distance, you saw a dirty kid sitting in front of a house sobbing. After a moment from inside the house, his name was called, and the kid shrugged but didn't move. Let's go closer to the house. As you approached the house, you heard screams and shouting that stopped the moment you put your feet on the creaking porch. Let's listen some more. The screams get louder. You hear the woman's voice trying to defend someone. The kid who stayed next to the road went completely silent and terrified. Let's wait. Hear another scream that stopped off as if cut with a knife. The house goes silent, and the kid at the road starts shaking nervously. I don't know. It didn't seem like I wanted to go in and invade and take them out. Oh, we found a place that was pointed out in the doctor's notes. Hey, we made it to our goal. We survived to our destination. That's good. There's no camp. We found a house by the look of it still inhabited. We'll have her check and see if it's safe. Swift as usual. She came back soon. Apparently we had company in the house, but the people didn't notice us yet. What should we do? Sneak in and overhear them? A moment after she disappeared, we heard a desperate shout. When we moved there, a man was looking inside a hole in the ground that trapped Sarah. What should we do now? Let's ask what happened. Apparently, Sarah fell into a half-buried well. Somehow she managed to talk herself out of it, and the man angrily shared information about where we can find Frank's current camp. Oh yeah, she's all beat up now. She's got a bandage on her head. She's a little dribbly at the moment. I do like how the portraits animate and update based on the current events that are happening. That's kind of cool. If only it didn't fall into the hole, I guess. Guess we know where the new camp is. A dog barked at you and stood in front of a derelict house. What should we do? Let's search it. Nothing. Nothing. Let's go ahead and let Alex tinker the door, I guess. Bummer. Perfect place for a solitary life, I guess. I don't know, we could have tried to bring the dog with us, but I guess not. The road led here, there's armed men that say, give us all you have. Scatter. We scattered, but it was a mistake. We couldn't help each other, so they just attacked us from the back. It let them take us out one by one. I get the feeling that we're not really fighters, are we? I get the feeling that we're kind of weak and ineffectual. Also, there's not nearly enough loot. Like, we haven't picked up like a single bit of loot this entire time. We got the jacket and like one food. Definitely needs to be more loot. Like, there's like nothing. I guess we'll feed the leader, I suppose. And then we kind of need to rest. We'll take a short nap, but I think he's gonna starve. I suppose we'll hit the road. You notice an abandoned van on the shoulder. The vehicle's covered with rust and it's hard to tell if it has anything valuable. Yeah, let's observe. Stayed for a moment and nothing happened. What should we do with the van? Have Alex open it. And quickly open it with his skills. Inside there's a note that says, "Ride carefully, Dad. We love you," together with some canned food that we ate immediately. Nice, man. Hell yeah. That's what we needed. Little off-screen loot. While walking down the road, we found a broken bike and a dead, dry body of a postman lying next to it. The bike was beyond repair. Let's check him. On his long dead body, we found some energy bars. They were scattered all around with some blood stains. Probably whoever murdered him took whatever was valuable. Let's open some letters, too. Go through the letters, we found fragments of stories. People trying to find their loved ones or worrying about future. The postman carried not only paper, but people's hopes. It was interesting, but we gotta go. A bunch of strangers are aggressively throwing out someone from a derelict building. What should we do? Let's go ahead and watch. The moment an old woman comes out, you won't solve your problems and fears this way, not by killing the crazy. Finally, they let go. Apparently, she wanted to talk to you. All right, what's up? As you were willing to listen, she told you how her son snapped after his wife died during the blackout. After that, he was blamed for all of the failures after the blackout, and nobody stood up for him. And, well, what good is a group if they treat you like that? What are you gonna do? Something moved in the thick bushes next to the road. There wasn't much around except for abandoned fields and some single houses in the distance. Those houses all up on Tinder right now, looking for love in all the wrong places. Let's check it. When you come closer, you see two pairs of frightened kids' eyes. The older one, a boy, seemed to be protecting his younger sister, and they have a backpack. Let's rob them. The girl tried to bite one of you in the hand. You saw a lot of pain and anger in her eyes. Come, he said to his sister. Maybe we'll find food this way, and then they ran. Survival of the fittest, baby. We gotta do what we gotta do out in these streets. It's a rough world we live in. It was a long journey, but finally we found Frank's camp. We hoped it to be a safe haven on the road, but what we saw was dreary. Most of the people here suffered from a strange illness. Alright, let's just find Frank. Before you get to his tent, you hear how much people had hoped for a savior. The doctor that would come with a mysterious cure. Only the woman sitting in the front of Frank's tent didn't fear you. Alright, well. If we have to wait, let's wait, I guess. You saw that the woman sitting next to you comforted a crying girl and shared her food. Even though the woman seemed weak, she still tried to cheer and help up others. Alright. When Frank heard about the doctor's death, at first you saw disappointment and doubt on his face, but he quickly came back to his former strong self. We needed him for the camp and his wife. Alright, well, the doctor said that you would help us. After a short moment of silence, he refuses. He can't help us. The priority is the camp and his wife. He couldn't spare anything. Your friend promised us, man. He refuses angrily. His priorities are clear. Wife and people are in the camp before everything. Is your wife okay? He hesitates, but then asks, did the doctor leave you anything? Something? Information, maybe? His wife was dying without the proper medicine, but the doctor maybe found something to cure her. I don't have anything. He understands, or at least he thought he did. He was already overwhelmed with problems, so it seemed as if he didn't really bother, or maybe he'd given up already. Okay. Let's wait till tomorrow and ask again. You decided to spend a night at the camp and rest. However, some noise coming from the vicinity of Frank's tent wakes you up. What should you do? We should hurry up and leave. As you grabbed your things, the crowd moved towards you. From those people, you heard that Frank blamed you for his wife's death. The crowd agreed with him. How is that my fault? The crowd is visibly more angry at you now. It looks as if they thought about taking revenge on you for killing their good. We didn't do anything, man. We just slept here. Yeah, we should leave. Let's, like, bounce on out. Walking through an abandoned petrol station, we heard a gunshot. Then a bullet ricocheted off the wall next to our head. Hit the deck. Unable to move, we lied behind the wreck. Second shot hit the gas pump, and it started to leak out. Let's hide. The gasoline's everywhere from the building. We heard a lighter click. The madman's gonna set us on fire. Run! Not long after we broke into a road, we heard an explosion, and it threw us to the ground. Bruised and hurting, we barely got up on our feet, and when we looked back, the whole station was burning. Let's run some more? Yeah, just keep moving. Like, God, crazy psychos out here like Borderlands style just trying to be like, I want to burn you in pea soup. Like, damn, dude. After another turn on the road, a house emerged among the trees. What should we do? Sarah? She led us straight into the house. You could see a cellar entrance nearby. The place looked derelict, but it could just be an illusion. It was so peaceful, as if the blackout didn't happen. All right, well, let's search. Nothing. Nothing. Our search brought unwanted attention, and the attackers were far from us. Get out through a window? As we heard them coming closer, you panicked and fell down through the window, but they didn't come after you. They don't really give you enough time to loot any of the buildings either. Like, you get to check, like, one thing, and then all of a sudden there's bandits on top of you. Like, I really feel like this game definitely needs, like, some balancing passes. Like, there needs to be a little bit more loot. There needs to be, like, a few more options. Like, we got to a house where we're finally going to be able to, like, try and resupply, and every time we get to a house, like, there's either nothing in it, and it's completely and totally bare, or, like, you get to search, like, 1 or 2 nodes before you get attacked and lose all of your health. And so I definitely think that, like, they need to go back through and kind of balance out some of the events, unless, like, dying is the point. I don't know if dying is the... Some games are just, like, hardcore like that, where, like, dying and playing again is the point, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. But so far, the game seems to be pretty tight-fisted with really anything that helps you out. The place seems so peaceful. Once again, you thought about the silence that came to the world when you stopped hearing the constant buzzing of cars. Well, could be a good place for self-sufficient living, but hey, we gotta be on our way out. On the way, we found an elderly man searching through car wrecks. His clothes have seen better times. Rob him and take everything. We found some candy bars on him, and we ate them immediately, letting him go with some spare parts he had gathered in his bag. He used the chance and left in haste. Oh well. Listen, if the game's gonna be nasty with me, I'm gonna be nasty with the game, alright? I tried to be idealistic, and so far being idealistic has cost me every single loot node and every single opportunity. I keep getting beat up. So listen, we're just gonna be a raider and a bandit like everybody else from now on. I tried to do the right thing. They didn't make it possible. In a distance, a strange man staggers towards us. Is he drunk? He sat under a tree breathing heavily and closed his eyes. Yeah, let's rob him. He fell asleep on our hands as if it was forced on him. He didn't wake up as we went through his backpack. We found some sugary foods and an empty insulin pen. Uh-oh. Well, take the food. The man didn't wake up when we took his food. You found a short note. I'll find the insulin and I'll be waiting for you. Love, Olive. Yeah, well, you know. Gotta do what you gotta do when you're dying in the streets. Let's go ahead and rest for a little bit. We'll take a short nap, I guess. That'll get us some energy back. Hopefully people's hunger doesn't get too low. Sarah's kind of beat up right now. That's not good. Maybe... we'll hit the road. Whatever. It'll be okay. We'll be alright. We leave the ruined city, and after a long trek, we find ourselves in the wastelands again. Someone left a handmade sign with information. Light this way. We're not far. Let's go. Realizing that the distance is getting much shorter with every day, we felt the tension dropping with every step. Our goal was clear. Yeah, let's do it. Keep going. Being in good humors, we almost don't hear the commotion coming from the thicket. What is that? We moved far from the camp, but we were uneasy. People here will hold a grudge against us. Suddenly, dark armed silhouettes emerged from the nearby thicket. Who are they? Talk? Oh, well, there you go. We survived for now. Apparently that's the end of the demo. So we got it covered. Find out more by playing the full version of Survive the Blackout. I didn't know that I was even playing a demo. Then again, this got sent to me like a week or two ago, and I kind of slept on it and forgot about it. But there you go. We made it through our first run with everybody intact. The game's not out right now. If you wanted to wishlist it for yourself, you can look down below and I'll have a link to the Steam site for you so that you can wishlist it and get ready for the release. My observations as of right now is I really like the pixel art and I really like the graphics and the animation and like the way that the game is presented to the player. There's some light translational issues, I think. Like there's some sentences in the dialogue that are a little bit stilted or maybe like they just need a little bit more polishing. Aside from that, we seem to have made it, and we still have 1 food left for right now. I'm wondering if we just picked all the wrong options, but I think when you go into the scavenging portions, maybe give the player a tiny bit more time to loot the place before you get run up on. That's the main thing that I noticed right there, maybe, is that like a couple balance passes might do the game pretty well when it comes to the scavenging aspects of the game. But other than that, it's a pretty razor-thin game where you're struggling most of the way through. Like, I don't think we've ever had enough of anything in this entire demo. And so anyways, there you go. Survive the Blackout. If you liked the video, hit the like button down below, and when the game comes out, I'll try to give you a full playthrough. Aside from that, my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. See y'all next time, and take care, everybody. Bye-bye.